Welcome to my Switching, Routing, and Wireless Essentials course. This should be the CCNA version 7 curriculum. This is the second of 3 courses.
Hello and welcome. This is Lab 7.4.1, implementing DHCP version 4, which means we're going to be working with IPv4. Alright, notice there's a completion, which does tell us that there is going to be some ranked or scored components. Alright, so I'm going to adjust my window. I already have the address table off of my screen, so I have a copy of that. We have 3 main parts. We're going to figure the router as a DHCP server. We're going to set up a DHCP relay, and then we're also going to set up a router as a DHCP client. The scenario is you work as a network technician for your company. You've been tasked with configuring a Cisco router as a DHCP server to provide dynamic allocations of addresses to clients on the network. You also require to configure the edge router as a DHCP client to receive an IP address from your ISP network. So ISP being the R2 interface that currently is down, that 209.165.200.227 network, that is going to be on DHCP. And then we're going to be setting up some other addresses accordingly. Alright, so I'm going to scroll down a little bit. Alright, part 1, part 2, part 3. A lot of the configuration is going to come from the reading. So let's just read through it and let's work through it all together. Configure R2 to exclude the first 10 addresses from the R1 and R3 LANs. All other addresses should be available in the DHCP pool. Alright, that's task 1. Create a DHCP pool on R2 for the R1 LAN. We're going to create this as R1 TAC LAN. The spelling is scored, so you do have to make sure that it is spelled correctly and it's case sensitive. Again, the pool name must match exactly to get credit. Configure the pool to include the network address, the default gateway, and the IP address of the DNS server. Create a DHCP pool on R2 for the R3 LAN. Again, R3 LAN, it's case sensitive. Configure the pool to have all the information. Alright, so that means on R2, let's hop over to R2. Alright, enable. Configure terminal. IP DHCP. Space question mark. First thing I want to do is do some exclusions. Exclude address 192.168.10.1. It said the first 10 addresses. And then same thing for R3, the first 10 addresses. Alright, so that's done. It also said we need to create a DHCP pool. So IP DHCP space question mark. I want to set up my pool space question mark word. Basically, we're going to go ahead and name it R1 TAC LAN. It drops us onto a DHCP configuration. So we need to set up the network, set up the default router, set up the DNS. Why do we know that? Because the instructions say configure the DHCP pool to include the network address, the default gateway, and the IP address of the DNS. So we do that by network statements. Network 192.168.10.0. The appropriate subnet in dotted decimal form. So it said network. So that's why we did the 0, because that's the network ID. After that, we have the default router. So actually, instead of that, I'm going to do question mark. We have the ability to set the default router, DNS server, a domain name, a network, an option. So we're going to go ahead and do the default router, 192.168.168.10.1. That is an excluded address, but it's also the IP address for the default router for LAN 1. Alright, so we have the network ID, we have the default router. Now we need to set up the DNS server. DNS server, according to the address chart, is 192.168.20.254. Alright, that's it for the R1 LAN pool. I hit the up arrow, DHCP pool for R3 LAN. It is the 30 address for the network range. It is the 30.1 address for the default router. And it is the same DNS server. Sometimes people kind of overthink these. You could do either the Word document shortcut, do it all in Word in a text document and copy it over, or get comfortable with the up arrow. They're the big ones that I tell people that they need to get comfortable with. Alright, so that takes care of part 1. Part 2, configure R1 and R3 as a DHCP relay agent. So, what does that mean? That means that when we get a broadcast on a interface, normally at layer 3, that's a broadcast like stopping point. The layer 3 will not forward broadcasts over. So a helper address or an IP helper address will allow for a broadcast to be forwarded essentially. And since we are looking at DHCP, we know that there are sent via broadcasts. We need to allow for a helper address, and it says on configure R3 and R1 as relay agents. If you notice, R1 gig00 interface is the one connected more towards PC1, which means we want to configure the gig00 interface on R1 to have a helper address. We're going to get to the global configuration, so conft int gig0/0 IP helper address. And basically, we're going to go ahead and move this on. We need to tell it where we need to forward it. We want to forward it to the next router, which is R2, which will be the R2 serial 000 interface, so 10.1.1.2. How do we know that? Because this network right here, between R1 and R2, is that 10.1.1.x network. This is .1, this one is .2. So we're basically saying anything received on the R1 interface closest to the PC1, we will take it and forward it to the router R2, that interface. Anything that R1 receives as a broadcast will forward to R2. Alright, we're going to rinse and repeat for R3. Enable conft interface gig0/0. This time between R3 and R2, the IP helper address is 10.2.2.2. If we look at R3, the serial interface is 10.2.2.1. So on the R3's interface connecting to R2, will be 10.2.2.2. So this is the 10.2.2.2 address. Anything received on R3, forward to R2's interface. That's essentially what that means. So we've now done that. Set PC1 and PC2 to receive IP address information from DHCP. Get to our desktop, get to our configuration, change it to DHCP. And it pulls our address. PC2, same thing. Go to desktop, IP configuration, DHCP. If you were too quick, the DHCP request may fail. Wait a few minutes, fast forward it, or change it to static and back to DHCP. So we've now done part 2, step 2. Lastly, configure R2 as a DHCP client. Alright, we already know that it's not going to be all interfaces. It specifically says configure the gig01 interface to receive the address from the ISP. Interface gig0/1. So from here, we do IP address. I'm going to do space question mark. We normally would type in the manual address. However, we can type DHCP. If we give it a few minutes, do show IP int brief. It is currently unassigned. It is learning via DHCP, and it is administratively down. Alright, let's turn it on. No shutdown. Remember, if you want to do a show command inside the configuration, you can do a do at the very beginning of it, and that will issue it. I turned on the interface, so we are now learning. Step 2 is activate the interface. That's why I turned it on. Even though the score shows 100% complete, I wanted to work through the entire process. Alright, still showing unassigned. That's fine. Hit the other arrow again. Tap enter a little bit. Alright, I'm going to fast forward some. Alright, there it goes. There is our DHCP address. Again, a huge part of this is time. We just had to wait, be patient with it, and it is now up and working. Completion 100%, but let's check results just to make sure. Alright, green check marks all the way down. Score 34 out of 34, 17 out of 17. We are done. This was a pretty quick, easy lab. Questions, thoughts, concerns? Please feel free to reach out. Thank you. Alrighty, that now concludes the lab. If you have any questions, thoughts, issues, concerns, please leave a comment. Let me know. Again, a lot of this material is repetition. You cannot just skate through it one and done. If this has helped you, please again let me know. Anything I can do to assist, all you have to do is reach out. Thank you.